Some viewers have been asking questions about comparison between Tigray Defense Forces and Amhara forces. Could there be a comparison between these two units? Uh, it would be a lopsided comparison if we compare Tigray Defense Forces and Amhara forces. Because Tigray Defense Forces are a combination of police force, militias, and ENDF defectors, large number of ENDF officers and soldiers defected. So Tigray Defense Forces, it's not just a police force, it's a combination of police, militia and army. Amhara forces, regional forces, special forces are basically police forces. They're not army. They are supported by Ethiopian National Defense Forces, but Amhara Special Forces and Amhara regional forces, they are at a disadvantage in comparison with Tigray Defense Forces as a whole. So, for the sake of comparison should be between Tigray Defense Force on one side and Amhara Regional Force on the other side, supported by ENDF and other regional forces. In terms of population, Amhara is a much bigger region than Tigray. Population of Amhara is around 4 times more than that of Tigray. But Tigray Defense Forces have unity of command, viewers. They have been fighting this war since November 2020. And though there are different groups in TDF, as I said earlier, police force, militias, army personnel, but they have unity of command. We haven't seen any fractures, any splits in this unity. Chain of command is very much defined and clear. In case of Amhara forces, since they are supported by regional forces, by Ethiopian National Defense Forces, the main problem that they are facing is unity of command. Who will lead all these forces? And will all the forces obey the orders of the central command or not? This is the main disadvantage which Amhara forces and Amhara side is facing. Secondly, Tigray Defense Forces now have heavy weapons. On the 3rd and 4th of November, they stormed Northern Command headquarters in Dansha, Mekelle, and some other towns. They seized weapons from that attack as well. Then we have seen that in the fighting, which we have seen in the past 8 months, TDF have captured weapons from ENDF as well. Now they have artillery pieces, they have tanks, they have long-range rockets, they have MLRS as well. So there is no shortage of heavy weapons on TDF side. What about Amhara side? Ethiopian National Defense Forces do have long-range heavy weapons, but not regional forces. Somali regional forces, Oromia regional forces, even Amhara regional forces, they don't have MLRS, they don't have tanks, they don't have artillery, I think, as well. So, and artillery has played a key role, viewers, in this war. It's playing a very crucial role in ongoing fighting as well. We have seen the use of artillery on Kobo. When Kobo was captured, TDF used artillery. And we're seeing use of artillery in Ethiopia as well. Artillery is easy to mobilize, and Tigray Defense Forces are in possession of some large number of artillery pieces. So, on each and every front, Ethiopian National Defense Forces must support Amhara forces and Afar forces as well, with artillery pieces, with tanks. These regional forces, special forces of Afar or Amhara, they cannot confront Tigray Defense Forces. Third main difference, viewers, is recruitment. Recruitments in TDF have been mostly voluntary. We haven't seen conscriptions in TDF. But in the case of these regional forces which are arriving to support Amhara forces, we are hearing reports about conscriptions, especially from Oromia viewers. AD Standard and some other sources have confirmed that conscriptions are happening in Oromia, and Oromia youth is being conscripted into regional forces, and the youth is being sent to makeshift training centers for a few days. Then after that they are sent to the battlefield, to the battlefront. So poorly trained regional forces, lacking morale as well sometimes, they are being sent to fight TDF. TDF do have morale. I have said in a previous video that TDF's power, TDF's strength are 3 M's: morale, method and momentum. Recruitment is related to morale, then method is related to unity of command, and momentum they have gained by capturing several territories, by pushing ENDF out of Tigray. So Amhara regional forces and other regional forces, they lack morale, they lack method, there is no unity of command, and of course they don't have momentum as well. They are in defensive mode. They are trying to stop TDF from advancing into Afar and Amhara regions. Ethiopian National Defense Forces, though they have been weakened, but their role is critical, viewers. Only Ethiopian National Defense Forces can stop TDF's advance. I don't think regional forces, whether from Amhara or from Afar, can stop this strong and powerful onslaught by Tigray Defense Forces into Afar and Amhara regions. So, in terms of military strength, no comparison between TDF and regional forces. TDF have a huge advantage. Regional forces can only take on Tigray Defense Forces if they have ENDF support. And ENDF are also making large scale recruitments. But these recruits need to be trained as well, viewers. Of course, money might not be the problem for Ethiopian National Defense Forces, but if you are in need of a large number of soldiers in a short period of time, you'll have to compromise on their training as well. That is why we're seeing that some poorly trained, ill-trained militias and recruits are fighting on the side of Amhara side, ENDF side. And Tigray Defense Forces are making the most of this opportunity. They are using their experience, their 8-month, 9-month long experience, then their generals' vast experience, and they are cashing in on this experience, and they are advancing into Amhara and Afar regions. But lastly, last and the most important point, we cannot rule out ENDF's role. People say, people are dismissing ENDF. ENDF are finished. No, they're not finished. They still have their power, their capabilities weakened but not finished. And it's only Ethiopian National Defense Force which can stop TDF. Regional forces are not in a position to stop TDF's advance into Amhara and Afar regions. Thank you for watching.